This is from Aiden.
What's up, Trey and Jake and maybe Katie and Derek? So,
His cat is purring.
I can hear
I wanna
Fortnite music
know-
going.
what are you thinking for baby names? Like, Jake, only gonna give some ridiculous ones too. And I'm a huge fan of this podcast. I also want to know Coke or Pepsi, and why.
He's got the
Okay.
green screen.
He
Aspiring
does have-
creator.
Yeah.
Are you sure his name was Aiden? It looked like Alden.
Alden.
You want a ridiculous baby name. What about Alden?
Alden.
What do you think about that one? Did that go the way you wanted it to?
Your name. Okay, that's a good one. Baby names. We're
Let's
working on
see.
it. It is a. I think a lot of. I mean, especially we are dealing with it because it's a lot of my shtick. But I think all couples are dealing with. We want it to be a little creative, but we don't want to like. There's a lot of pressure. Anytime you throw it out there, you can feel people kind of be like. You just go classic Bible name. You go a new popular name. Katie liked Olivia for a second till we learned it's like the most popular name
Yeah.
Is it?
of girls right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an idea. A lot of people are, know that you're Trey Kennedy the third, Thomas the third. That's where you get the name Trey. A lot of people are probably expecting you to go, Thomas again for the boy. Nope. You go Katie Jr.
Katie the fourth somehow. Katie Jr.
Yeah, Katie Jr.
Katie could be a kind of like how girls always get these boys' names. Why can't boys get girls' names? Mm-hmm. Katie.
And if like the female name is never the one passed down, why not?
All right.
I
Jr.
agree. I agree.
Travis Kelsey. It's a cool girl name for a guy.
It's a given name.
We should do this more. I think Katie could be a start of something special.
Yeah.
Katie Jr.
We could just spell it a different way to confuse everyone.
Katie. What? Katie Jr. Kate is Katie 2. They sneak it just the number 2 in there.
Or
Somehow?
like the exponent. Just Katie spelled normal, but at the top there's a tiny 2 above the E.
Katie squared.
Yeah.
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 All right.
I like it. I like
There
it.
we go.
And then our girl will
Coke.
be Thomas.
Thomas the First.
Yeah.
Thomas the first.
Thomas the first. Could go by Tommy.
Oh.
How does it work legally? Like, okay, if you named your kid Thomas, does he have to be the fourth because there have been 3 Thomas Kennedys that precede him, or can he just be? Can you start over? How does this work?
I don't think it's like a social media username. I think there can be repeats.
You can't like you can.
The hospital's just like, this name's been taken.
I'm saying like, does he have to have like the? Like, is the fourth a nickname or like you know what I'm saying?
Like,
Yeah,
does
I
it
do.
legally have to be on the birth certificate that
like
it's the fourth?
Roman numeral
Yeah.
IV. Is that? Well, that's kind of fun.
I mean-
Call
Yeah,
IV.
right? I don't know. I like
That's a
Trey.
great question.
Trey is nowhere on any legal document,
Yeah, same with Jake.
but like I'm Trey, and I initially when I used to like sign contracts and stuff, I'd be like, you got to change it to Thomas, and now I've stopped. I'm like, I think we can prove Trey is what I go by.
There's a few things
Whatever.
in life that I feel like the longer we go, the less it seems to matter. Zip code for a credit card billing address. Oh, I'll put anything in there. Doesn't seem to matter.
Really? Yep.
Signing a credit card receipt. Who cares?
Yeah.
I'll put
cares?
math equations on there. Why am I signing something in a restaurant? Like, are they comparing my signatures at TGI Fridays?
But what's crazy? I mean, I could bring a gun into an airport. and
Okay,
they
I like where we're headed here. Yeah, this is what I was talking about.
Whoa.
which I'm not gonna do. They're like, next we try to fly to Dayton, and they're like, we heard the episode. And if there's nothing I could do to get let on a plane with the name Trey Kennedy on my ticket.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get it now.
The airport is the last thing standing between us and just being able to be named whatever we want.
One time someone did get on to you about not having the third, right?
Yeah, I think I told on the podcast. It was like,
Yeah.
because I just do Thomas Kennedy because middle name and stuff's optional. Like you can see it, and this guy holds it up. He's like, "Where's Thomas Kennedy at?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Well, this says you're the third, so where's the first?" And I go, "He's 6 feet under," and he goes, "Well, gotta have that third on there." I was like, "What? What are you doing to me, sir?" I love the idea that we were talking this weekend about who was it? Who has the crazy girlfriend with the name Blue of Earth?
Football player.
Oh, Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers. Yeah.
Has some new girlfriend with blue hair, and her name is Blue of Earth. But I sleep well knowing she goes to her Southwest flight and goes, Yeah, it's Michelle.
Her name was something very like regal and like normal. It was like
Regal. It was. Great word, Katie.
yeah.
Yeah. Interesting
the
that
baby
Aaron,
brain.
Aaron Rodgers is dating someone with blue hair. It seems very opposite of the way he carries himself and the way he vaccinates himself.
Right?
Seems very opposite.
There's a funny Venn diagram out there between like you anti-vax and people who do ayahuasca. Mm-hmm. It's the Venn diagram of both. I feel like it's very small.
Yeah.
But he's in there, and
He
he
is in
found a
there.
woman named Blue of Earth
Blue up.
right in that slice.
Speaking of flights and middle names, I forgot to tell you this. A few weeks ago, it must have been our Huntsville flight. I noticed that my ticket didn't have my last name, but it just had my middle name on it, Jacob Garland. Fun fact, if you guys didn't know what my middle name was. But I knew it ahead of time, and so they were just like, last name and boarding pass, I think is what they asked for. And so I just said Garland and just gave it to them. They're like, great, thanks. So they're not looking at your ID too close.
Interesting.
If you're confident enough.
It's like if you've ever gone to don't do this, kids. When you go to the bar and you're like, yep, 21. And they go, that's right. And then it's like, they can't do math. I'm 20.
You've proclaimed your age before?
I've seen that happen.
That seems
we saw it
risky.
with your buddy once. I don't know if you were there when it was, we weren't even drinking, but it was like one of those where we were trying to get lunch, but it was a bar. So technically you had to be 21.
Interesting.
And it was like, sure, it'll be fine. And we sat down and they ID'd us all, and he handed it to her, and he had just turned 20, and she kind of paused for a second. He's like, just turned 21. She goes, oh, cool, and then walked off. Like, yeah, you could tell she got flustered in the moment. Like,
Everyone's watching me do math.
this is like the rest of these people were early 90s. I kind of could wrap my head around that. This one's got me a little.
What's funny too is that guy I know you're talking about, Isaac, right?
Yeah.
He was born in the year 2000. It is the
So-
easiest
I was
number to
gonna
do
say,
math.
yes.
It was. I think it was. Yeah, it was 2020. Yeah, it was like October
She's like
2020.
2020 minus 20
Yeah.
I don't know. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Have a good one.